Beaux here at Beaux Insurance, Read Insurance, talking today about why your auto insurance claim may be denied even though the other people were at fault. You know, that's a really bad day. Whenever you've had an accident, it's not your fault at all. It's the other people's fault, but still your claim gets denied. They tell you they're not going to cover it. Well, there's a lot of different reasons why that may be. I'm going to help you understand why that may happen and also, maybe what you can do about that. The one that really is the biggest one is their insurance has just lapsed. If they did not pay the bill for that policy at the time of the accident, they may not have coverage. It is illegal for you to not have insurance in all 50 states. However, there's many times that people just don't pay the premium and they allow that policy to cancel, or as we usually say, is lapse. If that happens, there's no coverage for you. The only other thing you can do is either file it underneath your uninsured motorist coverage if you have that, or file some sort of suit against them. Now, depending on their position financially, they may not be able to do anything still. But that is one of the biggest reasons. Another reason is because maybe someone is excluded. A lot of auto insurance policies have exclusions on them. Usually those exclusions are because someone was specifically excluded from the policy because maybe they had bad driving record or something like that. And whoever is the policy owner said, I don't want to include them. It's going to cost me too much or whatever else. So I want to exclude them. So if they're driving that vehicle, you have an accident at that time, while they're driving, there is no coverage for you for that accident, much less for them. Another reason is sometimes some insurance companies have exclusions so that if someone lives in the house, have access to that vehicle on a regular basis, they will be automatically excluded. That's another thing that can happen. Something else that could happen is just a failure to let them know on time. Let's say you have an accident and 9 months later you decide to turn in the claim. Most insurance companies are going to deny it. Why? Well, because they can't. It's been too long. People forget stuff, or they can't go back to the scene of the crime, or all the different things that were damaged may be fixed now. So it's too hard to go back. Most insurance companies have either 3 or 6 month limitations, but really it's best to report that as soon as possible. The next thing is going to be, just the claim lacks merit. They don't believe you. There's something erroneous there. If that's where you find yourself as in that position, then you need to find witnesses. See if you can find some sort of dash cam video or some other sort of security video and present that to the adjuster. One of the options that you can do is if you have insurance yourself with comprehensive and collision and you're having trouble from another company, you can file it on your own policy. Now, don't get upset. I know what I just said. You can file it on your own policy and then have them represent you against the other insurance company and then recoup that money. Now, understand, if they are not able to, you may be on the hook for it in the sense of having a claim on your record. Now, one last thing I'll tell you is that sometimes in some states there's contributory negligence. What that means is the state they're going to determine and say, hey, well, you're 30% responsible, they're 70% responsible. So you pay 30%, they pay 70%. And sometimes that happens depending on what the situation is. So just kind of be aware of that. Well, I hope this helps you to understand and what to expect if you get involved in an auto accident and the other people are at fault and they deny the claim. That's some different options, and also hopefully you can understand why that may happen. So it's always a good, good thing to do is to make sure you've got uninsured motorists as well as liability coverage, and then also comprehensive and collision coverage. That way you make sure that you take care of you, even though whoever else out there is supposed to be responsible may not be responsible. Hey, this is Beaux Pilgrim, Beaux Insurance, Read Insurance. Thank you for watching this video. If you haven't done so yet, hit that subscribe button. It helps us out tremendously. Let us know that you like what we're doing and that this is helping you to understand about insurance more. Hey, leave comments or any questions in the comment section. I'll be glad to address every one of those. Hope you have a great day and appreciate you watching. Bye.